Welcome to Rescue the Man. My name is Mark Mascola. I am grateful to be here. Grateful you are here as well. What is Rescue the Man? Rescue the Man is a book, podcast, online courses, and live events and workshops that have been created for men who are masculine to the core. We live in a world that is blurring the lines of masculinity. At Rescue the Man, our mission is to create a brotherhood of men who celebrate God-given, God-inspired masculinity. Masculine to the core. The letters of CORE are an acronym for men who are committed, optimistic, resilient, and empowered. Empowered because their primary purpose is to be defined by their masculine walk with God. We're glad you're here. All right, today's session I am hosting here at our newly remodeled retreat center, the Echo Valley Retreat Center here at Echo Valley in Tin Cup Farms. And again, my name is Mark Mascola. I sure am glad you're here. And so let's dive right into the topic of today's session. The title of this session is All Are Called. All are called. So let's begin with a statement and then a question. Here's the statement. God has molded and empowered certain men for uncertain times. Let me go ahead and say that again. God has molded and empowered certain men for certain times. Now the question, where do you see yourself in that statement? Again, the statement, God has molded and empowered certain men for uncertain times. And the question, where do you see yourself in that statement? If your answer is yes, absolutely, where are they? Or who, me? Man, here is what I'm talking about when I talk about all are called. It's not up for debate today that the world is changing, right? I mean, just look around. Look at everything that we're going through. Watch the news. All this stuff, all this craziness that's going on in politics, all of the craziness that's going on in the corporate world and all of the just the insanity of our lives today. There's a push to remove history. There's a push to remove God. There's a push to invalidate men and masculinity. The last thing the enemy wants is men who understand true God-given, God-inspired masculinity. Again, God has molded and empowered certain men for certain times. And so let me ask the question. Is that you? When I talk about the definition of the word awakening, the Great Awakening, when I wrote the book Rescue the Man, the Great Awakening, I call it a man's 7 great awakenings. The word awakening means to become suddenly aware of something. And I'm going to add that's been there all along waiting for you to discover it. You see, we live in a world of complacent, compliant, and silent men. Complacent as in saying, oh, well, that's just the way things are. Compliant as in saying, I don't want to say or do anything that causes anyone to think I'm not in line, even though I don't believe in the line. Silent as in, I don't want to be the man in the arena. I'm just going to sit with the cold and timid souls and watch. And let me tell you, brother, that's just as the enemy Goliath wants it. Complacent, compliant, and most of all, silent. But here's what I know, without a shadow of a doubt. It's time for a men's revival. The term revival means the awakening of God's men to their true nature and purpose, to their true identity and purpose. Revive means to awaken, to empower. And if you look at the word revival, right, R-E-V-I-V-A-L, what if you were to spell it in a different way? R-E-V-I-V-E-A-L, revive all. That's why the title of this session is All Are Called. So here's a statement I've used for years, and I've used this with men in recovery. But I'm going to go ahead and use this right here for a reason, because it's the title of the session. Here's a statement. All are called. Few choose to listen. Fewer choose to act. My goal here is to inspire you, to fill you with a positive energy, to help you understand you, my brother, are being called. Do you look at this world and see disaster? Or do you see opportunity? Do you see the enemy winning? Or do you see an opportunity for God's men and the great awakening of God's men to their true nature and purpose, their true identity and purpose, becoming who God created them to be and to become? That's why I wrote the book Rescue the Man. It's why I host the podcast Rescue the Man. It's why we created the Warriors Challenge. It's why we created the Empowered Man's Workshop. It's why we created Camp David, to empower men to battle their Goliaths. Because let me tell you, there is a spiritual warfare going on right now, and the enemy, who I choose to call Goliath, once complacent, compliant, and most of all silent men. His number one goal is to make you quit before you discover your true identity and who God created you to be and to become. As a husband, as a father, as a businessman, as an impactful leader in your home and in your community. There is a real calling right now for all men. This is the great awakening of our true identity, our true nature, and our true purpose in who God created us to be and to become. And you can be one of the cold and timid souls and sit around and say, oh, that's just the way things are. Or you can truly choose to be a man that helps rescue our world from the direction it's headed. Because right now, I'm a man who sees opportunity. What the world needs right now is a revive all. Again, R-E-V-I-V-E-A-L-L. Revive all. What the world needs right now is a revival of men who awaken themselves to their true identity, their true nature. It's time to be a man of impact in your home and in your community. This happens with men empowering men. This happens when men empower their sons and guide them on their masculine journey. But this is not living by default. This is about purposeful living, discovering God's purpose for your life. You know, when I talk about the 8 key areas every modern man must master, it begins with personal growth, comes full circle to spiritual connection and life's purpose. And the purpose of every man in some shape, form, or fashion is service to others. That means becoming a superstar in your own story so you can help empower another man to become a superstar in his. Again, Goliath, his number one goal is to make you quit. And it's like I talk about, every time I host one of these sessions, the word quest means an arduous journey. And every man has three quests. The quest for his true identity, the quest to spend himself in a worthy cause, to understand that God created him for a purpose. And quest number 3 is for masculine validation. That validation that we all seek, personally, professionally, and most of all, spiritually. So again, let's go back to the statement. All are called. Where do you see yourself in that statement? All are called. Few choose to listen. Fewer choose to act. It's time. Connect with us here at Rescue the Man. Get on the website if we can help you. We'd love to have you come to some of our live events, some of our virtual events. We'd love to host your group. So again, the title to today's session, All Are Called. And this is Mark at the Echo Valley Retreat Center, where we've just put together the first group of the first list of our events for the year. Our first Camp David event's coming up here in February. And man, we're super excited about it. So that's the end of today's session. Have a great day wherever you are in the world. You absolutely deserve it. Bye for now. So my prayer is that today's session leaves you inspired to be the best husband, father, and businessman you can be by becoming the man the world needs you to become. The same guy God created you to become. I invite you to go to www.rescuetheman.com and check out all the empowering things we have going on. There's the book, the video book. There's also videos and links to our retreats and workshops like Camp David, the Warriors Challenge, the Empowered Man's Workshop. We have stuff for couples, fathers, plus so much more. Right now, you can get instant access to a man's quest for his true identity. This is a free video series that I've put together, and I've even thrown in a great gift to help you awaken the man God created you to become by discovering your core strengths. Again, check it out at www.rescuetheman.com. This is Mark Mascola saying, until next time, be empowered. Have a great day. You absolutely deserve it. Bye for now.